T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Jones messed with the wrong melon farmers. Thug life. And here we go.
I prayed that he would burn in hell, but in my heart, I know that hell will not have him.
You are all my children now.
This is as far as you go. No more.
Hello, Sydney. Are you God damn you.
Wish I had you all alone, just the two of us.
Ooh, baby, 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 ooh, baby.
Good morning, good people. How you all doing this morning? I have a lot of questions. That's why I wanted to go live. Probably the biggest question is, why am I on YouTube at 10:30 a.m.? Well, it's because Halloween news broke, right? You know, we all love Halloween, and this was cool. So this morning I woke up to this on my feed. Literally, it was 2 minutes old, and so I looked into it. You know, IGN is definitely a reputable video game source. So I do want to talk about this. Usually I wait a while before I talk about anything that's brand new, due to the fact that, you know, I don't really want to just jump on like news right away, because sometimes it pans out to be, you know, not real. I guess that would be the best thing to say about it. But this looks very reputable. I was talking to one of my friends about it this morning as well. And, you know, it's something that's interesting to me, whether, you know, when these things develop, you know, they don't always make it, you know, through. So especially with video games, you know, they'll start on something, it won't finish. Hopefully this is promising though. And, you know, Halloween, they're going to capitalize on what they can to make that money. And I mean, honestly, the last Halloween game I remember, I see some of you guys are mentioning, you know, it in the chat right now, was the Atari game. You know, that's really the last official Halloween game that I remember seeing. So This is definitely interesting news, and the fact that it is supposedly developed by the Unreal Engine 5, uh, that's promising as well. You look at that stuff and it's just like this might actually be fun. But let's go ahead and take a look at the article. Well, let me say what's up to the chat first. I'm sorry. I'm getting it together. It's early. Let's see where we're at here. Oh, I see that Val is in the chat. The general's in the chat. The general always gets a salute from Movies and Beyond. What's up, Val? Good morning. I'm not used to saying that on YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. I see Michelle's in the chat as well. Good morning, Michelle. And usually I follow that up with, I hope you guys are having a great day with the day just starting. I hope that your day is going well so far. Jerry Wilson's in the chat as well, saying good morning. Good morning, Jerry. How you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well. Eric from the Bearded Entertainment is in the chat as well, saying, what's up, party people? Who's ready to have a Michael video game? I think I am, man. Like, I can sit here no matter what we talk about today and how this video game's going to go and what my opinions are and what, your opinions are. Am I going to play it? Yes, I'm going to play it. I'm going to buy it probably the first day that it's out, and 99.9% I'm going to play it for sure. Let's see what we have here. Eric was also saying, I'm confused by it, honestly. Well, I mean, the thing is with these, you look at the games that have come out, Friday the 13th had a game come out, Texas Chainsaw Massacre had a game come out, and they were all relatively successful. So I can see Halloween wanting to jump into the pool there and try to get their hands on something. And, with the way that it looks like it's being developed, it might actually be fun. I don't want to talk too much about that because I do want to get into what you guys would like to see, out of this video game. What would you like to see out of a Halloween video game? But I will stop rambling there. Let me go ahead and pull this article up for everyone. Well, let me close this out here first. Let's pull this up and let's talk about this. So this comes from IGN, and IGN is saying exclusive. Yeah, all caps there. They want to make sure that that they broke this news. Halloween is getting its own Unreal Engine 5 game with John Carpenter intimately involved. All right. I mean, that's I know that John Carpenter plays video games. That I do know. I know that he created Halloween. So yeah. That's promising, I suppose. Let's see. 2 new games based on the 1978 horror classic Halloween are in development at Boss Team Games. IGN can exclusively reveal. Oh, God, you got to love IGN for the simple fact that they are going to plaster you with ads all through this, and that's just fine. While details are limited, both games apparently being developed in conjunction with producers of the Halloween franchise. What's more, one of those games is being developed in Unreal Engine 5 and will include input from the original director, John Carpenter. So what that's telling me, just from the, input status, you know what I mean? John Carpenter, if he is involved in that, he's going to kind of go back to that original Halloween feel, the original Michael, the intention of how, Michael was supposed to be. If they're taking his advice, which it sounds like they are, that's the one I'm expecting. They're saying 2 games, right? Not really mentioning too much about the other one, but I mean, with one being developed in Unreal Engine 5, that's promising. That is definitely promising. Let's see what else they have to say here. I keep trying to scroll on my StreamYard to move the article, and that's not going to work. As a huge gamer myself, I'm thrilled to help bring Michael Myers to life again in this game. My hope is to scare you silly, said Carpenter, who will be intimately involved with the development of this project. According to the official release, the games will allow players to relive moments from the film and play as classic characters from one of the most iconic and important horror films of all time. The 2 new games are being developed in association with Compass International Pictures and Further Front, with Unreal Engine 5 projects still early in development. These are basically these are basically, ground level at this point. The fact that they brought out some news is appreciated, but at the same time, we're not going to get a whole lot, to really talk about, with these games. Only speculation at this point. While Halloween is now more than 45 years old, there have been few video games based on the legendary slasher franchise. The closest series has been an actual adaptation of 1983's Halloween on Atari 2600, on which you play as a babysitter, presumably, it's early in the morning to be saying words like that, Laurie Strode, to try to find a safe room while being hunted by Michael Myers. The Shape is also one of many villains to appear in Dead by Daylight, Behavior Interactive's popular multiplayer horror game. Yeah, so that's the thing, like with these. And here's what I'm thinking. It's something that I would like to see, and I know that other people have talked about this, and I think that this is a fantastic idea. When you look at games like Texas Chainsaw and you look at games like Friday the 13th, those games, you have a choice. Well, you have a chance of being one or the other. You can either be a survivor or you can actually be, one of the people in pursuit of the survivors. We'll say that. I hope this is kind of the case with this, and I'm kind of hoping. I think that something like an open world game would be, too big for what they're doing. If I had to guess, it would probably be something along the lines of what Friday the 13th and what Texas Chainsaw has done so far, kind of like those instances to where you zone into a map, and you have limited space and things that you have to do to escape from the other player controlled character, which in this case would be Michael Myers, is trying to not let you do that, is trying to end you, we'll say. I feel like it's probably going that direction, but I mean, I could be wrong, because if we go back, it's saying that it's allowing you to relive moments from the film and play as classic characters from one of the most iconic horror films of all time. So looking at that could fold into that as well. Like that could be part of, what they're trying to do, like setting up an instance in Haddonfield to where, you have to escape a house or something and Michael's in the house and, you have to complete all of these things before you can get out. And, that could be something that they're looking at doing as well. You hate to say that it's a carbon copy of other things, but I mean, if something's working and you can put fans of a franchise in that atmosphere that they love so much with the movie, I'd say, hell yeah, man, do it. Get all I ask, right? All I ask is you got to have Loomis in it, right? You've got to have Loomis in here. Maybe he's giving you advice, or maybe he's doing something, or maybe you can play as Loomis. How awesome would that be to play as Loomis? I want to know what you guys think in the chat. What would you guys like to see out of a Halloween game like this? Like what kind of format would you like to see this be in? Like, have you played Texas Chainsaw? Have you played Friday the 13th? Like, is that something that you would like to do? Like some puzzles to solve, before you can get out and get away from Michael, or maybe you pick up a weapon, and you have to fight him, kind of like in Friday the 13th, where you pick up items and you can escape from Jason. You can't. I mean, there is one way to kill Jason in there, but it takes teamwork to do it and everything. I mean, that could be cool. That could be really cool. But we're looking at it from, a spot in Haddonfield. I think that would be actually pretty awesome. Let's see what they're saying here. Boss Teams Games is, for its part, returns to the horror genre after previously working on Evil Dead, the game. Evil Dead, the game, is an awesome asymmetric multiplayer game that, like the source material, is far better than it has any right to be, given its frustrating lack of polish and being somewhat light on maps and modes. Everyone at Boss Team Games are huge fans of horror, and Halloween obviously holds a special place in the heart of all horror fans, said Boss Team's Steve Harris. Getting to work with iconic characters like Michael Myers and build on John Carpenter's original vision. See, that's the key right there. Original vision. It's literally a dream come true. Everyone at Boss Team Games is thrilled and honored to be working with Malek Akkad and John Carpenter to deliver a one-of-a-kind experience that the fans of the movie and video games will love. Neither Halloween project has a release date yet. For more, please be sure to check. Yeah, they're going to give us a link to go to check out more here. Let's see, are they giving anything else? I see a lot of comments. That comment was hilarious. This comment right here, I'm sorry, I can't help it. Intimately involved equals sleeping with the interns to get them coffee. That's freaking hilarious. But yeah, so what do you guys think? Like the fact that they say, the original, John Carpenter's original vision. Good God, I can't talk in the morning. John Carpenter's original vision of what Halloween was. That's promising to me. That makes me want to play this game. Because I am somewhat of a Halloween purist. I do enjoy a lot of the sequels, but it always comes back to that original movie for me. It always comes back to John Carpenter's original vision of what Halloween was. So now you're telling me that I can go in and I can play as Laurie Strode, maybe Annie, Bob, Linda, Loomis. Like, that's the big one. Like, I'm picking Loomis every time. I'm sorry, you guys, but that's definitely what I'm doing with this. Or Michael, that could be fun. And when you play these games, you play them with friends. And I think that would be something amazing to do, especially if you're all Halloween fans. Can you imagine that? Running around with your friends, running from one of your friends who is Michael Myers. That just sounds like so much fun. It really does. And I definitely would love to see, what you guys think. What would you want this game to be? But let me go with some of the comments. Let me catch up with these real fast. Oh, let's see. Michelle was saying, I remember the Atari version of Halloween. Yes, I do too. I definitely do. Val is saying, love all things Halloween and the shape related. Of course. Michelle is also saying the Nintendo Switch is my go-to. I've always been a PC gamer. I've always been a PC gamer. I do play some consoles. I definitely know if this game is coming out, I'm definitely playing on PC for sure. Let's see. This new game will focus on the 1978 Halloween, which is super cool. Yes, that's one of the things, what the article was saying, and that's what I would want. Like, if they were to ask me, what time frame would you want this in? Would you want it like David Gordon Green's time frame? Would you want an original? Would you want, Circle of Thorns? No, I'm definitely going with the original for sure. Oh, let's see what we got here. Val is saying, I'm with Michelle. I don't want a first-person game. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how this would be, if it would be considered first person or not. Interesting. Michelle's saying, I think it looks promising. I'd play it. I read the article. Yeah, I mean, it's freaking Halloween. Like, how often? I mean, well, it's been since 1983. So this is definitely something that I am really looking forward to and checking out and seeing what they do with it. More curious than anything else. But it looks like we're way off on this. This is something, that came out today as an exclusive, that they wanted to show us, like, hey, guess what? Don't forget about Halloween. We're working on stuff, and that's what they're doing. And I'm looking forward to playing it for sure. Val was saying 2 games. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But I mean, we have to take this for granted. We have to really look at this way. When video games are being developed, they don't always make it through. So let's say they work on 2, maybe 1 makes it to the end. Maybe we get to play one of them. Hell, maybe both of them do. With a name like Halloween, maybe they do. I'm just kind of curious to see, what why 2? Why not just make one really good one? Or are they doing one that's, a different version to appeal to different types of gamers? Like, I want to know more. The article didn't tell us everything that we wanted to know. It didn't tell us everything that we wanted to know. And I wanted them. Val is saying, I haven't played those games, but liking the thought we could get a game that would let us live out all those great moments in the movie. And that's awesome, because that's, from what they're saying, from what the article is saying, that's kind of the direction they're going with this. Let's put everyone in their favorite parts of Halloween. Let you live that moment. Like, here's the thing. If you're Annie, are you getting in that car? If that car is locked, are you getting your keys and getting in the car? No, Michael's in there. I'm not doing it. At all. Val's also saying, I love that they're going with 1978 Halloween. Yes, Me too. Like that's where I would want this game to be. That is definitely where I would want this game to be. Nowhere else. Val's also saying gotta have Loomis 100%. You do. You do. You almost kind of want him talking the whole time that you're walking around, but you also kind of want to be that character. I really would like to be that character. You got a little pistol, you got your trench coat on, you're constantly screaming, "The evil is here." You already know he's doing that. You already know. Even if you're another character, you're probably going to hear that off in the distance. Jerry's also saying, I wonder if they have to, right? I mean, you can't make a Halloween game and not have Loomis in it, especially if it's centered around, the original. It just, if Loomis is not in it, it's not Halloween. I'm sorry. It's not Halloween if Loomis isn't running around in there. Val is saying Halloween 2, the video game sequel. Yeah. All in a hospital. You could be a nurse. You could be Lori. You could be Michael. You just security guard. You're just running around the hospital the entire time. Yeah, that's freaking crazy. But I definitely want to jump in and talk about this. Anytime I can jump on and talk Halloween with you guys, even if it's 10:30 in the morning, I'm definitely going to go on and do that. I think that, my biggest thing is I would want to be Michael or I would want to be Loomis. But if it is one of those games like Texas Chainsaw is, I guess you're constantly solving clues to, escape. And I think that that's probably the direction they'll go with it. I mean, it has to be. I mean, of course, this is all speculation, right? They could come out with something that is just totally different, totally new and not the same thing that we've seen before. And that would be awesome too. But I mean, to put us in Haddonfield in that 1978 atmosphere, I think that would be just freaking fantastic. I mean, there's so many things going through my head, now that I'm on here talking about it with you guys. Like, does it all take place in a house? Is it in the neighborhood? I spoke a little bit about it being, open world game. And when I say open world, meaning that it's kind of like a Grand Theft Auto. I think that would be kind of too big and would kind of take you out of the experience of what it, could be. But then again, that offers a lot of freedom to do whatever you want. So I think that could be, 50-50. I think that would be fun. Let's see. My Chuck Jordy's in the chat saying hi, everyone. What's going on? I hope you're doing well. Long time no see. I hope you are doing well. Good to have you here. Val saying I wouldn't mind a game like that. Yeah, like again, I'm sitting here trying to figure out the answer to a question that isn't possible for me to answer yet. All I can tell you is what I would like to see. You would probably also have different strengths of different characters, right? Like Lori would be good at, I don't know, hiding, maybe. I don't know. Annie would be. There's so many different things that you could do with this. I bet you Michael's going to be a beast, and that's something they have to do well too. And I know they will. I don't really worry about this too much, especially because it's animated. I think that Michael's going to have to look freaking awesome. He's going to have to. And the fact that in the article they were saying that, they're trying to scare you with this. They're actually trying to do that. That's going to tell me that it's kind of story-based, because you have to be invested. You have to be invested in, the atmosphere. And to build that atmosphere, I feel like you would have to do that in a setting like what they do in the other games that have just come out, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, which I own and I played a little bit, but not as much as I would have liked to. Definitely not as much as I would have liked to play, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get around to it. Val is saying just going to be interesting to see which way they go with how they will be able to play the game. Many different directions. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different directions they could go with this. But I definitely hope they keep us updated as this is coming out. I hope this is not, an article that comes out now, a few people talk about it, and then it'll disappear for like 2 years and we'll forget all about it. I really hope that they keep us up to date. But the fact that they have John Carpenter involved, the fact that they seem very excited to do it, the fact that they took, a their time to put out this article in as early as this is in production is somewhat promising. It is promising, and I hope that they finish this game. I hope that they make it all the way through, because this is definitely something I'd be interested in buying, and I think that a lot of Halloween fans would be. Especially if you think about it, with them being in development and them talking about, the new Halloween series that's, in development. I think that would be a great time to drop a video game. That's gonna keep people interested. That's gonna make people want to play, especially if the show is really good, because you already have the movies. You already love the movies. I would say that 90% of people I talk to absolutely love the original Halloween. So I think that the name itself is going to bring a lot of people in. Now at this point, you just hope that the developers, deliver on that. And I mean, those are some big shoes to fill. You think about the Halloween fan base and how many people love this story. They love Halloween. There's going to be expectations, and I know they'll kill it. I have a feeling that they're going to kill it because Halloween has not been in a video game form in forever. And people are going to want that for sure. Val also saying, I love the fact that Carpenter is involved. Yes, that's big. That's huge. That is huge. And if Carpenter's involved, and this would have happened anyway, Halloween does a very good job at setting the tone with the music, right? And it's just like I feel like playing this game late at night with your headphones on and hearing that music hit and knowing that Michael's in the air. I think that shit's gonna be fun. I think it's really gonna be fun. And I hope when this game comes out, maybe we could do something as a community to get together and play this game. I think that we would have a blast. I would probably even stream it while we're doing it. I think that would be so much fun. Jerry said they also have a Killer Clown video game. Yes, they do. They do. I have not played that game. I have not played it yet. But it was definitely something that was on my radar for a while. So at some point, I do want to play the Killer Clown game. You are right, Jerry. You are correct. And Val was saying since 1983. Yeah, that's how long it's been out. And that game is not easy to find either. I wanted to find it, just to have it as a Halloween collectible. And it's definitely not an easy game to find for sure. I have the Friday the 13th Nintendo game. I would love to get my hands on the Atari 2600 version of Halloween for sure. Val is saying, I hope they would include group play option. I feel like they will, especially. I honestly feel like that's kind of where these games are going. That's kind of where the slasher games, have gone. When you look at, like Jerry was saying, Killer Clowns, you look at Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you look at the Friday the 13th game, all of them were group play games. You hook up, you get online, you get into a lobby. Once the game fills, you go. Of course, a lot of it, you're playing with strangers unless you made, your own room for that. But it would definitely be easy to do. And I think that they will have a group play option. But what else would be cool? Talking about that would also be a single player story mode. I think that would be a fun game to play as well. I think there's a ton of possibilities with that. Don't get me wrong. I like the group play more. I think that would be, more fun. You could have more consistent fun. But I also think that a single player game would be a blast to sit back and play at night. I think that would be super fun for sure. Let's see here. Oh, look at Jerry sent me the link for the Halloween Atari game. That's super crazy, man. Oh, that's freaking awesome. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on today. This is not a normal time for me to stream. I didn't expect pretty much anyone to be here for this, but I wanted to talk about this game. I wanted to talk about the potential for this game, and I want to see y'all in the morning and say good morning. So let me know what you think when this is over. Don't forget to hit that like button. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video game. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments section. And if there's any new developments with this, I'll jump on here and talk to you guys about it because, we all love Halloween. I may talk Friday all the time. I love my Friday the 13th, but let's not forget, I am a huge Halloween fan and I cannot wait to see what they do with this. Like, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But with that being said, I hope that you all have a great day. It was nice to get on early in the morning to talk to you guys. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Toodaloo, motherfucker. Hey, you